Hello everyone, how are you all? Today we are going to see how to improve English if we are not in any English environment. English environment refers to that environment where you get a chance to speak English as a primary language, where you are able to hear English in your surroundings, where you are able to read the text in English language in your surroundings, that is English environment. I'm repeating, having English as your primary language, having a setup which promotes English will lead to English environment. Now, how can you improve yourself if you really want to speak English but you're not in any English environment? First of all, realize that you are not alone. There are thousands of people, if not thousands, billions of people, billions of individuals which might be suffering from this problem, that is, they have to learn English or they have to get fluent in English without having any kind of exposure, without having any kind of backdrop. So, what can you do? You can just try and initially come in the habit of reading. Yes, what you have to read, you have to read anything which comes in your hand. In the beginning, you can read, you can just read newspapers, you can read your textbook. Instead of watching movies in your native language, you can try and watch anything in English by using subtitles and trying to improve yourself. You just have to have belief in yourself and you just need to have certain confidence if you want to excel in any language, irrespective of your environment. We as individuals can excel anything if we have proper mindset and if we think we can do that. And for that, you need to just go and do certain practices or certain duties regularly so that it can help you. After reading, you can try and listen to any English medium. It can be any news, it can be any song, it can be any podcast, it can be anything. You can use audio visual technology. Audio visual technology where you will be viewing as well as hearing the things or the text in English. Do this and it will really help you. For that, what you have to do, you have to choose any movie which is your favorite. After selecting that movie as your favorite, play that movie in your television or just with the help of your phone, and then see also and also try to hear. This is a very effective technique because whenever we have audio visual technology in front of us, audio visual aid in front of us, then we develop speaking habits or then we develop interest towards that particular language at a very faster pace, which is otherwise not possible. You can look at any movie, hear the dialogues and also look at the dialogues and also see what is happening, what is the context. Just look at the background, what is the background in the movie, where are the characters talking in English, what are they doing, whether they are eating, whether they are sleeping, whether they are shouting, whether they are happy, whether they are getting irritated. Try and have an observation about their feelings, their characters, and improve yourself. It's very easy, you just have to have certain goals. Now, what will you do? You will first look at the movie and then you will decide what are your plans for today. For example, you thought that today you are just going to look at the introduction for half an hour. If not half an hour, then for first 15 minutes. Focus on that 15 minutes where the story has not developed. It is just the beginning, the initiator, and try to see what the characters are saying and try to develop certain interest. And just again and again try to look at the introduction of a movie so that you are able to understand what is happening and how are the characters speaking. Or if you really want to make it more easy, in the beginning, then in the beginning of any movie there is a vote of thanks, so there is basic introduction or the movie name, and sometimes they also give the name for the characters or the protagonist or the actors who are playing that role. Just spend 1 minute hearing this title track of the movie and helping yourself in improving. While you will be doing so, you will be automatically forcing yourself to learn something which is difficult, but it's easy if done in a proper way. Audio visual tools have a lot of benefits if done properly with proper attention, and I will suggest all of you to have some kind of faith while you are doing so, because initially, if the movie is tough, it can be tough for you to understand whatever is happening. So I will suggest go for easy movies. It can be cartoon movie. If you're trying to look at an easy movie, like the movie which have installments like Harry Potter and Narnia and many other movies, then you can try with the first one. Just go to the basic movie, spend some time in the initial part of the movie, look at that part. After understanding that part for suppose 15 minutes, I told you, or if less than that, 5 minutes, then go to the second part and understand the movie, and also read the subtitles if possible. Also enjoy the visuals like the environment, and also look at the setup. Now movies are a very important technique of teaching English conversation to certain extent, not fully but to certain extent. If you are a starter, if you are a beginner, now how are you going to do that? You are going to do that by remembering the setting. For example, if the characters are going to library, then you can see what are the things they are using, how are they talking, how are they initiating the conversation, how are they issuing books, how are they giving back the issued books, how are they interacting. Do that. If the characters are going to cafeteria or going to have lunch, dinner, then focus on that particular thing. Again, how are they ordering food, how are they selecting the menu, what are the slangs they are using, what are the way or the phrases or the expressions which they are using for ordering or for eating, how are they eating. Just observe that and help yourself. Set a goal that today I am going to look at library scene and how is it going to help me in my library experience. Do that. Watch it on repeat mode if required and help yourself. Same goes with the cafeteria, same goes with the washroom, same goes with the scenery, same goes with everything. Look at each and every particular environment setup and try to learn English. Audiovisual aid stimulates our brain. It feeds our brain. It gives us lot of happiness. That is why we are able to learn at a rapid speed. So by doing so, it will not matter that whether you are having any English environment or not, because majority of the population live in those countries where English is the second language or it's not given too much of importance. So it's absolutely all right. Try to do this, help yourself. Now, most important thing, by looking at the characters, you can also look at their facial expressions and how are those facial expressions changing with the change in the tone or with the change in the dialogue. Because when you will see change in facial expressions, you will also realize what kind of emotions they can evoke, what kind of emotions they can evoke in you, or what is the impact of that dialogue. Sometimes the dialogues are very basic and sometimes they are a bit quirky. So just try to help yourself. Take a check at their facial expressions as well, thinking pattern, their body language, and help yourself. Actually, it's not that tough. It can be done with proper guidance, with proper goal setting. You don't have to consume the entire movie at a single go, 2.5 hour long movie at a single instance, but you have to divide it into certain chunks and then help yourself in improving your language. It's super easy if you try to take it as just another activity. It will really help you. Devote 5 minutes a day and it will really help you in improving your English, because eventually environment cannot have an impact on your speaking, because environment is different for everyone or for anyone. The environment which is correct for me might not be correct for you, and the environment which is correct for you and your capabilities might not suit my caliber or might not be correct for me. So I would say that environment differs, and the need for having proper environment also differs from individual to individual. Every individual is different, and the learning and thinking pattern is also different. So I hope you know what you have to do and how to learn English without any English environment, and help yourself in improving your language and moving forward. That's all for today. If you have any doubt, then definitely you all can ask me. Have a nice day.